Hello Internet, welcome to the brand new Honda CB750 Hornet. Middleweight, naked sports bike, in competition with things, well, mainly the Yamaha MT-07. Let's just get straight to the point there, that's the competition really. It's going to be a bit of a fun one today. I've ridden this just briefly to this wonderful scenic spot here with the hedge behind me in this lay-by to do this piece to the camera, but I can say for the first 5 to 10 minutes of riding this bike, this could be a bit of a game changer, especially coming in at the price of £6,999. That is £501 less than a Yamaha MT-07, and I gotta say, we're gonna go out and ride it a bit more and get to know her a bit more, but it doesn't feel like that much less. This could be a game-changing bike in the middleweight naked department. Alrighty, let's take this interesting little beauty for a spin. First off, mightily impressive dash. Taken straight off of the CB1000, so it's quality dash. It's a 5-inch full colour TFT. You've got 4 riding modes: sport, standard, rain and user. You can adjust the engine braking, the engine power, the traction control. It's really quite a lot of tech. Now there's no IMU, inertial measuring unit, so no cornering ABS or traction control or anything like that. However, for this price range if I can talk, there's a lot of tech on this bike. If we just go over the power figures, we've got a 755cc parallel twin with a 270-degree crank like you find in the majority of motorcycles these days. An interesting thing about this motor as well is, now bear with me, I'm not that knowledgeable on this, I've got to be honest, I just read about it. It's got a high bore to stroke ratio, basically meaning it likes to rev a bit. So we're going to find out what that feels like today. Power figures, it's 90 horsepower and 74.4 Newton meters of torque. Immediately jumping on, it feels smooth and actually fairly reminiscent to the Honda Africa Twin, and that makes sense a bit because a few of the parts are taken off of that, quick shifter, etc. So this bike's fitted with a few extras, guys. You've got the fly screen up front, you've got the optional quick shifter on here, which is very nice, same as on the Africa Twin, although a little less torque on this motor, so I think the quick shift is probably even nicer on this engine. What else we got? We got some optional billeted foot pegs, and that's it. So it's pretty much a standard bike. Yeah, immediately jumping on, it really does not feel like a £7,000 motorcycle. It feels really quality. With the dash, the view you have here of the dash and the TFT is very nice. The motor feels really nice, really smooth, tractable, quality, along with the quick shifter, just buttery smooth. Yeah, overall package really impressive at this price. Along with that, guys, I should mention this is nearly £1,000 cheaper than the Triumph Trident 660. As I said, £501 cheaper than the Yamaha MT-07, but it's more powerful than both of them. What have Honda done? They've pulled a bit of a trick here. This is an absolute bargain. Now I must say, guys, many thank you to Honda Abingdon, just outside of Oxford, part of the Blade Motorcycles group. Thank you, Will, for organising this ride on this very new motorcycle today. I'm lucky to get such an early ride on it, so if you want to ride, guys, they got their demo in. Check out Honda Abingdon just outside Oxford. Let's see what that engine feels like. I am actually blown away by the performance of this machine. It's been a few months since I rode the MT-07, but I'm not going to lie, this feels considerably faster. And the Triumph Trident, if I'm being honest, on that point as well. So to give you a feel of the bike, the Yamaha MT-07 is that sort of classic parallel twin. It's quite torquey low down, it's quite grunty, it's got a slightly more agricultural feel to it. Not meaning that in a bad way, it's just a great motor. On the other hand, you go to the Triumph Trident 660 with a triple, very smooth, really top quality feeling motor. This feels like it is bang in between both of them. It's really got some punch and torque low down, but it's got that, because of that bore stroke ratio, it revs out really nicely as well. It's quite quick. I'm really surprised by that. I wish this lorry would get out of the way. Let's do a U-E at this roundabout, see if we can find a nice road to check out the handling on her. Overall, so far though, honestly, a really impressive bike at this price as well. I mean, not even at this price, just in general, a really impressive bike. I think the middleweight market's got a new contender here, new king of the middleweights. Oh, and if you're going to get this bike, get the quick shifter. It's just brilliant. Ooh. Yeah, it pulls. Very smooth gearbox as well. Just the whole package feels, going to use that word again, smooth, yet with character, retaining character as well. What's that handling like? Oh, okay, so it leans over. Just can't get over that pickup. It's got a lot more pull than I was expecting. Feels very nimble as well, very light on its feet. One reason I think for that pickup actually is the wet weight is 190 kilograms wet weight. Honda is saying it has the best power to weight ratio in the class, and I can 100% feel that rolling on the throttle and turning into corners. Feels really nimble. Yeah, what a machine so far. I want one. If I can try and find some nice roads, although this is a lovely village, must say. Okay guys, so gotta say, so far really very impressed with the new Hornet here. Let's just go over a few of the specifications, suspension, brakes, etc. Then we'll get back on the road, give it a bit of a further test ride. Okay, front suspension, you've got upside down forks, 41mm Showa suspension, non-adjustable, but it's quality components with the suspension. There's no adjustability up front, but there's no complaints with the suspension. It feels quite quality on the road actually. I'm 5'9", 11 stone English terms. I don't know why we use stone, but yeah, the suspension feels perfectly adequate for our UK roads. And on the rear guys, you have a monoshock with 150mm of travel. I believe you do have a bit of preload adjustability on the rear monoshock here. Whilst we're here, rear brakes, you have a single 240mm disc with a single piston caliper. Coming up to the front brakes, and actually we'll test the brakes out in a bit. I haven't really been paying attention to those, so we'll see what they're like. But up front you have two 296mm discs with radial mounted calipers on, 4-piston Nissin brakes. So yeah, we'll give those a go. Haven't noticed anything from them so far, which generally means they're alright. Nothing wrong with them, not exceptionally good, but yeah, let's go test them out on the road. Okay, so the obligatory seat height and weight specifications. Let's hop on the bike. So guys, I'm 5'9", 32-inch inseam. Seat height 795mm, so I can quite comfortably flat foot it. It's not the lowest of bikes, but I've got a bit of a bend in my knee, flat footing it. Very manageable, quite a narrow seat as well, so easily manoeuvrable on the ground here. And along with that, the weight, wet weight, ready to go, is 190 kilograms. So that's a light bike, and in this class it's relatively light as well. You can feel that on the road with the 90 horsepower. It's just plenty for a bike of this weight, and it really does feel quicker than the figures suggest actually. This feels like a peppy bike. Yeah, really, really nice. Alright. Back out on the road. Must say that quick shifter's mighty impressive again. Really want to push that point home. Handling. It's nimble. She is light on her feet. Yeah, it just wants to lay down. in the corners, partly due to it has a 160 section rear tyre, so a thin rear tyre, enabling it to feel more sort of nimble on its feet, which is a nice touch actually, because it works. Feels really eager when you get to the corners to really lay down the big lean angle, which is nice. For this type of bike, that's what you want really. Yeah, it's a sporty little number. It's called a Hornet for a reason, and it really sort of, it does feel like that. I'd say it maybe feels a bit more like a Wasp than a Hornet. Great fun. And because it's 750, it's got loads of power, but not a ridiculous amount. You can still play with it. It's a friendly power delivery, plenty of it. It's a really good package. Any downsides? You know what, a bit of a small one, but one thing that's annoying me, I can't quite get the wing mirrors just suit me. I'm just looking at my arm. It's like my sort of bicep area. I've played around with them, but it's not quite working. Not a biggie, but yeah, a little bit annoying. So I think another thing worth mentioning is the sound from the exhaust. Real peach. Blade Abingdon, Honda, was saying you can get an SC Project, official from Honda, SC Project exhaust, which, oh, I bet that sounds nice. But the standard one, it's got a bit of a rasp to it. It's really cool. It is, if you've ever ridden a Honda Africa Twin, it's slightly reminiscent of that. It's got quite a deep bark to it, but also a bit of a rasp. They've done a great job with the exhaust on this bike. Right, so brakes. The brakes are good. They're not top quality Brembo Stylemas or anything, but they're more than adequate for the bike, being quite light as well. You got two 4-piston calipers up front with decent sized discs. There's plenty of stopping power there, and to be fair, at this price point and compared to its competition, the brakes are on par with any of the competition. So guys, a point on the tech as well that you're getting on this. Whoops, oh, I've had my full beam on. Well, that shows that's easily knockable. Must have knocked that with my glove. Oh, let's put it in sport mode. Close the throttle, there we go. As I'm sure if you've seen a review of this, it's not a peaky engine. It's like, it doesn't really give you that adrenaline rush at high end, but it does rev in a friendly manner. It's really worth bringing it out. Oh, it turns in really nicely as well. I've got to say, at the moment, I would have this for sure over an MT-07. Whether I'd have it over the Trident 660, I don't know. I might, you know. Also, considering it's almost £1,000 cheaper, I really might do. What was I going to say? Oh, the tech. I'm all over the place, sorry. Not very professional of me. The added tech, you can also connect your phone up through voice command, which at a price point of just under £7,000 is pretty good. This is sort of puts to shame many other bikes that cost a lot more than this that are just not as good. Tech wise, engine wise, handling. I feel like I'm gushing all over this bike and completely raving on it, but I think it deserves it. I'm really impressed from that brief ride there. It's really got everything. Fantastic engine, plenty of technology. Handling is great, brakes are good, suspension's adequate, feels lovely, light and nimble. Really characterful exhaust note and motor as well. Very impressed. Highly recommend going out and taking the Hornet for a ride. I got to admit, I wasn't mega excited. It's just like, oh, another Honda middleweight naked, you know. But actually, what a mighty impressive machine, and for a cheap price as well. Big fan. Many thank you for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I am no complete expert on motorcycles. I just like riding them, and I give you my honest opinion on what I think of the bike, and compared to other bikes, just an everyday rider I like to see myself as. So yeah, I hope you enjoy watching the videos, and it gives you some sort of insight into what the bikes feel like and are like to ride, if you haven't had the chance to ride them yet. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to mental health awareness. Stay happy, keep riding, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao Bella. So here we are, it's like Blade, Oxford, Ducati, Honda, Kawasaki and Harley. Lots and lots of lovely motorbikes if you want to pop down and have a look. Great fun.